Into world of startup, as on the universe, star must be to align to create something extraordinary. Today I'm here to tell you about such alignment in a world of web app dating. Hello everyone, my name is HOUCINE. I'm 30 years old. Previously I was on restaurant industry, a world where connecting people is essential but in a very different way. And during COVID lockdown, my life took unexpected turn, inspired by the series Mr. Robot. By the series Mr. Robot. And I discovered a burning passion for coding. Without any prior experience, I started a training program at Alberton School in February into head first into world of computer science. This journey has led me to today, where I present you Stellar Myth. Imagine a world where star-crossed lovers from Shakespeare is not just a metaphor, but a technological reality. Stellar Myth uses astrology to help people to find compatible partner. So it's not just an algorithm; it's a new way for connecting people. A fusion between the ancient art of astrology and modern technology. And we offer a fun and engaging experience that challenge the traditional web app dating criteria. So with us, discovering a match is more than a photo or shares orbits. It's adventure into the realm of star and cosmic connection. For build this app, I use Python for algorithmy, 3GS for some 3D elements, Django for the framework, JS for fetch data between the front and the backend, and also for some dynamic elements on the front end, CSS and HTML. So let's see Stellar Myth. Okay, I'm going to start to show you how to algo work. The first step is the initial filtering. When user login to algorithm determine astrological sign and also interest genre and element astrological like fire, water, earth. And we have tree of personal. We have positive tree and opposite tree. So the next step is looking for a match, considering opposite tree for encouraging complementary. And finally, we calculate the scoring for the user. And we're offering a first list of potential match, like here. So I'm going to start to show you front end. So, okay. So we're going to create user. Choose Nicolas, mail. The better is important. Is going to determine the astrological sign, and you choose if you are interested by male or female, and author in future. So okay. So thank you for registering. Please check your confirm mail. Okay. We need to confirm mail for validate for activate count. You see, I received a mail confirmation. Okay. Pressing login. Confirm. Okay. We redirect on update profile. We chose update. Okay, and here you have user profile with the sign, name, and description. And later I want to add daily horoscope here and daily humor personal. And user can also in the future add story or something like this. Okay, and on the front we have to score it. We have all easy. You remember when we talking about to score it, we find this score it, but on star. So you can swap, and you see this star allow us to follow to score compatibility in real time. So all of person is compatible with me. 3 star is mean is true. We can deconnect and connect. I can see here I have Nico Robin to count what I created right now, like me. So I have all of the first list of users is really high compatibility with me. It's traductor with the 5 star. Nico Robin, you see it. And if I query notification, you can see I have match with Nico Robin. So to algo is work. So can deconnect. Okay. That's all for me. Thank you for listening. Anita, any question? Thank you.
Will you deploy your site to public?
Yes, sure. I need to finalize some step before to deploy it.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Yes.
I saw that you use Django.
Yes.
This is a new language that we don't learn it at Oxford.
Exactly.
How many time it takes to learn?
Yes, it was a little difficult to build and learn framework like Django, and also JS script. We didn't too much, so I learned JS and framework Django and built in the same time. That was really difficult for me in this project. Okay, another question? Yes.
How did you come up with this idea of making an astrological dating app?
Oh, because I remember was when I was younger. Every time when I take journal, I read every day my astrological sign, and someday I looking for web app. I understand there is no really web application based in astrological for meeting, and there is a billion people in the world want we follow astrology. So. Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am QUEISE, situate from Paris, and today I will show you my portfolio project Afro Hair. Most of you don't know that we have 4 categories of hair: straight, wavy, curly, and frizzy. And inside the categories, we have 4 types: A, B, and C. Mine, for information, is frizzy A, for A. So when I arrived in France, I had a lot of difficulty for find favorite products from Brazil with quality and good price. So I thought, oh, it would be awesome if I could find one place to buy my products, and I create Afro Hair. This is important because frizzy and curly hair are natural dry, so we need a very special products to maintain your hair strong, healthy, and with a trade. So for my front end, I utilize the technologies React, TypeScript, HTML, and CSS. And for my back end, I utilize Node.js, Kinect, a query builder, and SQLite. Here we can see the architecture. It's very simple. The user will interact with my front end, give a request, so after that my back end will interact, will give the response, and the response will be displayed in my front end. Now let's see. Ta-da! Afro Hair. Here we can see the categories: conditioner, leave-in, kit. Here we can search by name. All of the products. Here. Here, if you don't like pink like me, you can change the mode: dark mode, light mode, and barb mode, my favorite. Here we have the social medias: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Oh, here you can see all the products. So a little of time here. And Twitter. So here, if the user gonna send a mail, he can contact us by mail. Here we can see the language. We can change for Portuguese, French, and English. And now we're gonna make a user. So you can come here for the home page. Oh, the authentication. I don't know why. Oh. Oh my God! I have a little bug. I don't know why. I will see if I create. We can see in some if the user it was created, but I don't see here. Oh, I have a bug. Oui. It will be very, very well created, but I don't know why. Invalid. Oh, okay. Now it was authenticated, so the user can delete the account or disconnect. And now we're gonna buy something. Here the user can like the products and delete the products if he will. So here he can make the payment by credit card. Here. Or PayPal. I will make the payment with PayPal because we have a test account. John will pay. I don't know John. And here we can see the value, and here is the same. And here we can see the page of successful. I forgot to make the address, but this is it. And now we can see here some tests I made end-to-end. It's not very good because if you have a larger site, they will make much more time to make the test and run your site. So it's more easy unit tests. But my backend is simple, so I made the test with end-to-end. And this is backend. And this is it. If you have any question, feel free for questioning. Thank you.
I have a question. It's difficult to learn a new language or new framework like JavaScript or TypeScript or Node.js for you?
It was, I searched the more simple to figure it out because I have not a lot of time, so it was complicated. It was because of that I used the Kinect. It's a carry builder for my backend, so it's more simple. And I have a lot of difficulties. So, but I figured it out. For example, my translate, I made with contest because I didn't learn in time any editing and Lingui. It's a library, but I didn't figure it out how to use it. And the Stripe also, I had difficulty, so I figured it out with PayPal. So it was that.
Thank you.
Did you do any end-to-end testing?
Yeah.
Did you think of testing everything?
It's useful. I made not much, but test my user and my login. It's the most important. So here we can see create users, routes, test, and if we can list all users, like we see here, I had a bug bar. It's same. Here, if I can log in the user, If I can get a refresh token, like tests, if I can log, if I can delete likes, if I can list the likes. So I think this is good.
You think? Okay, thank you for showing the unit testing. But those are unit testing, I meant end-to-end. For example, not just a creation of an account and login, but a purchase journey, like you did live. Did you do that?
I didn't understand very well.
Do you know what end-to-end testing is?
Yes.
Is what you just did live. So, for example, did you think of testing all the cases when a user is trying to purchase a product?
I think it is better make a unit test because I can test each one, so it's more complicated. I chose this one because it was more clear for me because I had insomnia, so each way I made with insomnia, so it was more clear for me make my test with end-to-end and not unit tests, but it's more practical unit tests. Is it?
No, that's all right. No, that's not the question, answer I was looking for, but
All right.
But thank you.
Sorry.
Did you do some tests in the front end?
No,
No? Okay.
I didn't have time to make. I made the deploy yesterday, so it was woo. So it's difficult. It's I had to change everything. I had a lot of bugs, so my test is woo. So it's complicated.
Would you like to keep this ID for the following of the second part of your courses?
Yes, because a lot of people don't know how to treat Afro hair, you know. So, for example, if you question anything, they don't know how the products use, how to pen, and this is it. So, more questions? Thank you.
So hello everyone, I'm Brice, I'm 21 years old and I study in Alberton School. Before this formation I was in another formation of 8 months, but for me this formation wasn't complete. So I make my research and I decide to join Alberton School. And I'm very happy to show you what I learned in this formation with my peer Nico.
Hi everyone, I'm Nicolas, 31 years old. Before Alberton School, I never coded in my life. So we are happy today to present you our project. Our project is a website which with the name is Vetivite. It's a website to buy clothes. And we want to show you another function today to buy clothes, because we have many happy for this website, and we have take some idea on some website like Vinted for second-hand clothes and Tinder, and you will show why Tinder. For this website, our first idea was to create a mobile application. During 1 month, we tried to create this application, but we see that create an application, it's difficult. We see the difficulties, our fire, and our changes. After this idea, we decided to create a website because it's too difficult for us to learn and to make in application new languages. We try to learn React Native or Firebase for the database. And after we use some languages who learn in Alberton School, who Brice show you what we decide to use.
So like we say, our project is application website. So basically we use HTML, CSS and JavaScript for the front end. And for the back end we use Node.js with the framework Express.js, with a very good framework for create a web application. And that sends the request to a database in MySQL. So now I will show you a demo of the website. So basically when we come on the site, we have a login page. We can also create an account if we don't have. Now I will just connect to an account who exists. So now, when I come on the main page, like you can see, the first thing you are supposed to watch is the card just here. It's a random content. It's a random article published by another user. You can like it for instantly add him to your wish list, or you can skip it and pass to the next article. You can, when you add a product in your wish list, you can click on him for have more detail, and if you want, you can add him to your cart. And if I go to my cart, that instantly add him. After that, if you want to buy all your cart, you can just click on this button. And in this website application, you have two modes: the buyer mode, we are in this, and the seller mode. In the seller mode, you can show the article you published. For example, if I want to sell Nico, I can. He is just here with all the detail. And if I already have sell an article, I just have a button here, but actually this user never sell article. I can just, with this button, sell an article in live. For example, I will sell this t-shirt. So I enter all the information with the category, the size, the state of the clothes, the price I want, the color, and I just need to click in this button, and logically that will add this to the database. So if I refresh the page, the clothes is just here, the t-shirt, test, Nike, etc. I can also see my profile user, and I can modify all the information I want here and click on this button for update them. Actually, this is not, we don't do this, but the goal of the application is to create an algorithm. We will show you only products that you can like. So that will take the information were present in your wish list for recommend you product that interest you. I think I show you all, and thank you for listening. If you have any question, ask them.
Can in the future negotiate the price, because I found the price of Nico too much expensive, 99 cents.
Yes, you can, but it's just for him.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I don't know if I missed it, but did you explain why you chose to do a mix of eShop and Tinder?
We decided to make this because, for example, sometimes we want to buy clothes, but we don't have idea of what we want. So basically, if I open this website, that will recommend me articles that maybe I never think about. So if I don't have idea of what I want to buy, that I can show article like this. I don't know if if I understood.
No, I'm not sure. Is it for recommendations, or is it when you don't have any ideas and you just want to see some suggestions?
Yes, if I don't have ideas, that will suggest me some idea maybe I never had before.
Okay, thank you. What things didn't go as planned, and what changes did you make?
We change all the project because first we want to make a mobile application, and we try it, and we make failure, and we see that we don't have time to finish the application, so we decide to make a website to have a project to be here today.
Thank you. Well done.
What is the most important thing that you learned during this project, as your opinion?
For me, I think the work in teammate, because in development we see that it's difficult to work on two different PC, and we decided to work together on the same PC to have the same idea, to see that all we do, and to learn something, because he tests some some code that I don't know to use, and it's a beautiful experience.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe for me the short time, because sometimes you want to add some functionality and you think that will be easy and fast, but finally you passed 1 day to make this, and so you are late. That's all.
Hello everyone, my name is Barua Shawan. I have 20 years old, and today for my portfolio project, I present you my website e-commerce. So, my website e-commerce name have name Kernel. Why I choose this name? Because the first kernel has created by Linus Torvald. Linus Torvald has created also the kernel of Linux. All system exploitation, Windows, Mac OS have the same inspired same kernel, the kernel of Linus Torvald. And this website is for the developer, because the Linux system exploitation is very interest for the developer. So now I present you my architecture. So for the front end, I use HTML, CSS, JavaScript because it's basic, and I don't know other. And for the back end, I use Python Sanic because in Alberton, for the backend, we use in majority Python for the backend. And Sanic because it's a similar of Flask, but Sanic is asynchronous. For the database, we use Fauna because the Fauna is NoSQL and is cloud and is the same. You can use Fauna in everybody language. Okay, it's time for demo. You have signed in. I got the email. Sorry, I saved because I can forget. And this is my main page, okay? So you can't search the laptop, okay, with system exploitation, Linux, and you can show the details, add a bucket, sorry, first name, Brice. Nico Brice, example address, okay, Steve, Paris, cost postal, country, France. and this is a page for payment. Okay, but is just front end. I don't have a backend for the payment. Honestly, so now I show you the backend, my backend, and in my backend you have the collection for the customer. You have a tree index by email, by user for verify his email exists or not, for verify is the name exists or not, and by customer ID for take a customer by customer ID is for my backend, and you have a session for create a session with a token and customer ID, and I create the session for tracking the user for know he's connect or not, and the order you have image for print. The image is a new page. You have a name, OS, price, quantity, and the most one is customer ID for reference in the session and the customer for know who customer had who customer buy what. So in the main challenge we have is logging, sign in, add a bucket, and payment. And the main problem is the token. Generate a token for reference or for all the collection. And that's all for me. Sorry, I can don't have not slide because I delete. If you have any question, it's moment. Yes.
Is Fauna really easy or difficult to learn?
No. In one day, if you learn the doc, is normally is easy. Is easy. It's a NoSQL. Okay.
It's a database?
Yes, it's a database.
As a developer, is this solution something you would use personally? Your website?
Yes. Website? Because a lot of students ask me which computer we need for start the programming, and I say the computer have a system expression Linux, so I have this idea for creating my website.
Okay, and would you like to continue developing this website after this project?
Why not? Why not?
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you, Shawan.
Okay.
Juste 2 secondes, je mets mon timer. C'est bon? All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Thibault. I'm learning software engineering at Haubeton, Paris. So today I'm going to talk about my portfolio, my demo project, which is named Key, which is a native dynamic dashboard. So we'll get to what all that means. So does anyone here know what a dashboard is? Okay, so it's like when you log into your bank account or something, you can see all the money you have, the history. So that's a dashboard. So it's a place where you have all the data in. So as for the team members, I'm the only guy who's working on the product. So I've done pretty much anything from the development to the design, research, and pretty much everything. So as for the inspirations of this project, I needed something to monitor my recently deployed app in the cloud, and having many different things, microservices running in the cloud means I don't actually have direct terminal access. So I have many different small programs running in the cloud, and I need a single user interface where I can gather the data and know what's going on with my app. So it could be how many users do I have, how many queries it's making, if there's any bugs or errors. So it's just that. For the technologies used for this project, I used the Go programming language. And for the graphics, I used the Radib library, which is in C. I used also my own standard library, which is open source. It's called BB library. And as for the communications with the server, I use WebSocket and JSON, which is pretty basic. So for the core algorithms of the program, I implemented some generic types. So there's a mutex T type, an optional T type, and a cache type, which I use together to synchronize data. So since it's generic, it supports any type of data. I use Go routines for concurrency. So Go routines are basically green threads for the Go language. So the application is actually multi-threaded. And I used binary trees for window layout. So all the windows, the dashboard elements are stored in a binary tree, which you can customize yourself. We'll get to that later on. And there's also some vector 2 and vector 3 for graphical and color math. So nothing very fancy. So on this code here, you can see this is how you register a new data point in the app. So you give it a key, which is basically just a string. You give it the type here, so it's generic, so it has a type. This is the initial data, and this function serves to regenerate the value in your app. And here is how long the value is going to stay in your app. So this is 1,000 milliseconds, which is a second. So for the process of development and organization, I began with making a Trello board, a Kanban, where I basically did some brainstorming and wrote down the ideas of what I want in the app and also what I don't want in the app. Then I made some design sketches, so both on paper and I also done some design sketches on Figma. And even if I was the only guy who was working on the product, I made sure to always exchange with my peers for feedback, so to know what looks good and what doesn't, because it's not always so obvious when you're the only person working on the thing. And then once it was done, I've done the final packaging, so coded some demo. So yeah, let's have a look. It's pretty simple. So everything I'm doing here is in the README. It's all documented. No black magic. So you just run this command. It's going to start the server. So this data server is basically just a data pipeline. And using this command here, you can start the dashboard. So it's going to show up initially as a blank, empty window. And using the keys on your keyboard, you'll be able to create the different dashboard elements. So yeah, it works.
So to explain, here we have the live price of Ethereum from the cryptocurrency, pulled from the Binance exchange. And this is the live price of Ethereum in US dollars. And this is the same value but graphed over time. So the refresh time is 1 second. And here's the order book. It's not really filtered, but it works. It's the order book from so you can see how many bids are placed on the exchange. So using the cursor, you're able to move around and point a value, so you can know what value you're pointing at, because the whole thing is scaled, so that way you can fit any data, so you can know what data you're pointing at. And just to show you, this app is really designed to be pretty resilient, reliable. So here I have stopped the whole server. The server is not running, so it's going to keep the same value, and then you can restart the server again, and it's going to pick up where it was left. So you can really do some live maintenance without having to worry about anything. It's going to run very well. And I have a second setup to show you guys, which is a second data server, but this time made in Python. So just to show you, this is less than 100 lines of Python. This is to show you that you don't really have to code a separate app. It's all about implementing one route, and then you support key. It's that easy. So, and you can really show it doesn't have to be financial data. It doesn't have to be all about Ethereum data. You can also put data from your own. So in this dashboard setup, I am pulling data from my own computer. So here is the CPU usage of my computer. And here you can see the apps that are using the most CPU resources. So there is also a pie chart element. Color is a bit off, but there's a pie chart here. You can see what app is using the most. And here's the same thing graphed over 1 second. But it doesn't really have to be 1 second. You can put it to 500 milliseconds, any milliseconds, a day, a month, or anything. It will just work fine. And the dashboard layout is really customizable. You can move around with your keyboard and create new elements and whatnot. It's really customizable. So yeah. As for the challenges, I found it very interesting to synchronize concurrent data, because the whole application is multi-threaded. So that means there are multiple threads, routines running at the same time. So you have to make sure to synchronize the data in parallel. So I had to debug some very annoying deadlocks. It was very interesting to make responsive design, because none of the sizes of the dashboard are in pixels. Everything is scaled from the parent window, and ultimately the whole screen size. So it's going to, also since it's a binary tree, it's going to work very well on mobile, or any kind of, you can really just integrate it into an iframe on your website. It was also quite a challenge to make it easy to understand for non-technical users. The setup is still a bit technical, but once the dashboard is set up, you really have the numbers in front of you so you can understand what's going on. As for the technical interests, what's interesting about this program is it's all GPU accelerated. So it runs on the hardware. The rendering part is done in a graphics card. So that means it's going to run very, very well on low-end devices. Think of a Raspberry Pi or even like a mobile phone. It supports any platform. All the major platforms are out there. It supports, I've myself tested Windows, Linux, and macOS. But the doc says it works with Android. I haven't got the time to test that yet. And yeah, it's all about concurrent programming, so has some networking going on. And last thing, which is very important, the whole protocol about the dashboard, as I showed, because I have a demo in Python and in Go, is language agnostic, so it doesn't care about what language you're using. You can reintegrate in your already existing tech stack really easily. So yeah, any questions?
How did you manage to pull up the data from financial index?
Yeah. RTFM. No, seriously, it's in the Binance documentation. Okay. So you just read it. I can show you the code if you want. Just real quick, I have a server. I have a server code here. And you can see here there is a switch case for the Binance price. So just it's dozen lines of code. You just go to this URL. It's all JSON, and you can get the live price of Ethereum. So yeah, it works very well.
What would you say is are the most recommended usage of the service?
That's a good question. I think it fits best in the use case of just IT system monitoring, but it could also work very well with, well, maybe not financial data because it's a bit complex. But I think when you are using for industrial applications, where you have machines with a lot of sensors, temperature, that kind of stats, it could be very useful.
Okay. So when you say monitoring, you mean performance?
Yeah,
okay.
Could be any data you want.
Okay. Okay, so you talked about challenges. What was mostly interesting for you to learn from a technical point of view?
I think it was programming on different, multi-threaded programming isn't something we do that much actually. So debugging some deadlocks using some debuggers to figure out what happens, what doesn't happen. It also has a JSON RPC, so it has some networking going on, which is interesting. So, yeah.
Did you already know about multi-threading, or did you just learn that?
Yes, I knew about the theory, but I did learn many things about the practice.
Okay, and is that specific to Go? Sorry.
No, you can do it in any language. The Raylib library supports pretty much any language out there. So.
Yeah. Sorry. Maybe I misformulated my question. I mean, did you had to learn multi-threading specifically because you had to do it in Go, or because more for your service?
I think it's a bit of both. Each language has their own way to handle concurrency. I'm only good with concurrency in Java, so but the Go language is pretty similar to Java. So.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any questions?
Do your system store some information, or is just for display?
Yeah.
Display them on the.
That's a good question. Well, I didn't have time. I wanted to show about how the data is moved around in the app, but the key server is only a data pipeline. The key server doesn't store anything. There is I briefly showed. I implemented a. Well, it's better if I show the code. I have a cached. The dashboard program has a data pool, and it has some cached data here, but it does store some data for the time being. But every time you add in new data, it's gonna remove the old one. So it only has a cache for, I don't know, past 2 hours or something. It doesn't store forever. It's all in memory. Otherwise, it's a memory leak. All right. All right. Thank you. C'est bon?
ça tourne. Hello everyone, I'm Anne-Laure. I'm C19 in specialization front-end, short specialization. And today I will present you my portfolio project, my Tatoo Artist. So this project, it's a website whose objective is to allow to a person to find tattoo artists who are closer to him, and for a tattoo artist to expose his work, have more visibility, and find more clients. So for this project, in front end, the part I made, I use library React. I use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and I use Bootstrap, and React Bootstrap, and other import. And the backend was made with Django, with the framework Django, MySQL for the test API Django REST framework, and to test API Postman. About the architecture, the front end send request to the backend via the API, and the backend send a response and a JSON, then is treated on the front end part. So now I will make the demonstration of my website. So here we are on the home page. So I will start to show you the artist profile. We will create an account. So we will create a fake account. I decided to do that. I don't have a lot of ideas. I try that. As an email, we make a fake one. And, oh, sorry, I make a mistake here. And the password must be minimum 8 characters. So, for example, I make 6 characters. I get the message here, so I can correct it. Now I get more than 8 characters. So I'm redirect to the connection part. So now we are connected as an artist. So now we have to add information to be displayed on my page. So we'll add a picture, a profile picture. So it's here. And I get this one. Okay. And now I will complete all information here. So I click on this button, and I will complete the profile. So we say independent. As the artist name, we will stay classic. We can make a short biography. So we just make that, just to have something in it. And you can add social media. So it's not mandatory, but it's better if the artist make them. So I validate, and here this page is update. So every information I had here, that's update. So now we will need to make more information, like a studio where the artists work. So we can create one. We will stay on a classic. Address. We will make something classic in Paris. So the postcode as an example. And the city. About department, there is a list where we can take the good one. It's to avoid mistake when we write it. Same for the region. And if the studio have a website, we can add it. But I don't have a website for it. So an artist can have more than one studio, so you can add more than one if you want. Now we can add this style, the style you make of his tattoos. So we make some that, we validate, and you can see every style is selected. You can add one or remove one. For example, we can add Celtics, is here, and we can remove neo-traditional, and it is remove. You can add these photos, so you can do it in different way. You can click on it and select them. I will just take random one. You can add only 10 pictures at a time. So we opened and we see the thumbnails of every picture it shows. So when you validate, every picture has you can add only 15 pictures on it per page. And after that, you can check on that. But you can add this flash. A flash, it's a drawing what an artist made to to show his universe, what he like to tattoo, what he's like to draw. So I will show you a different way to add picture. So we can drop it, so we can click on it, or we can drop them. So we'll take this one to this here. I take more than up here. And it's the same thing with the thumbnails. So we validate, and we have a pagination too. So now I had all my information, but it's not, the artist can be displayed on the website because it don't validate. So if I click here, now my profile can be seen on the site, on the website. So I finish here, so I will show you how the sites work. So on the web page, on the home page, we have a search bar and just information. The artist page show all artists who accept to show their profile when they check the information. And here we can see all the artists who are on the web, who are on database. So I display only 6 cards per page. So if we can see here, it's working. And we can make a research. If I'm a user, I want to make a tattoo, like I like animal style, I want to tattoo by animals, so I can do that, and I can watch all artists who have who work on animal tattoos. And I can make more than one search. I can accumulate with, for example, I know I get Souris Paris, for example. So now I get only 2 responses. So I want to see what work Aries, because we create it. We can consult this page. So with it, we can see his biography, all his information. So the studios where he works, and his personal contact, and his social. So we can see the style, and we can see all his tattoos and all his flash. And if one want to see a tattoo bigger, we can click on it. And if we want, we can use slide to see the next and watching like that. About the studios, it displays all studios on the database. So I plan to add more information on it, and we can see all the style tattoo with the description.
a small description because we don't have time to read everything. It's all for my demonstration. To conclude, I plan to continue working on my project. I have a lot of things I want to do on it, new features, changing some visual too. And for me personally, as such an internship or a job right now. So thank you for listening, and if you have any question. No question?
I have a question, please. What was difficult for you to build this project?
When I started it, I didn't know React, so I have to learn it fast because we don't have a lot of time, and make a code clean because it's not easy to export components and call them in other components. So make it clear, but not a too long code. And understand the specification of React, it's not that easy.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Are there any known bugs?
What?
Are there any known bugs?
Any?
Are there any bugs?
I have a bug on deleted photos on the profile picture because I had a cross error in the console, and I don't find how to correct my code. So I'm working on it, but I let it for now.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Is there a reason why in your request to the API, sometimes you have query params, and other times you have the params in the body of your request?
Yes, I have query params. I can show you where. Just on my code. It's on the profile search charges. So it's a code I made for the search bar. And here I've got my URL, and in each URL, when I make a search, I want to add information on the URL. So I use, for example, if I search by studio, I want to add a key value, studio, and search city, and the information that the user made on the field. And I use it too in a lot of components, like for example information. Here I use a variable. In my URL I had the artist ID. Then I get on the first request when I connect, and I reuse it in a lot of components. It's to add information to my dynamically to my URLs.
Okay,
is that okay?
Yeah, I was just wondering if sometimes you pass it in the body, but I think that's what you were trying to say. Yes. That you just pass it once in the query param and then you use it again. You say in other requests.
Yes, when I make the request, I keep the information and that had in the URL.
Thank you.
Thank you.
C'est intéressant. Oui, je travaille le back-end.
C'est bon? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marc-Antoine Vanier. I'm C19 in Paris. So today I will present you my portfolio project. So find my plant. So don't throw your plant, give it, sell it or swap it. So this project was an improvement of the previous one. So this is a web platform where people can sell, buy or swap their plants. So you can see my GitHub in this link. So here is the architecture. So for the backend, I decided to use Node.js Express, MongoDB or Atlas or MongoDB Community Edition for the database. For the storage of images, I use Cloudinary, and for the front end, I use React. And I also use a public API for the postal code. Also, for my development environment, I decided to use Docker. So with one command, with Docker Compose, I can run it directly. And also, I decided to improve my knowledge with CI/CD with GitHub Action. So let's start the demo. So if you want to see on your mobile phone directly my website, you can use this link if you wish. Okay. So this is the home page. So what you can do here, you can see you have several plants here from several people. So if you are looking for a cactus, for example, you have a filter here. So you can search by name or by city if you wish. For example, so there it's a cactus. So we have sliders for images. So as you can see the price, Jean decide to sell this cactus, description, and if you want to contact Jean, you can click on it and it's okay. So what else? Okay, if you are new, okay, for example, my name is Louis. Oops, sorry, just wait that. I will create an account. So name Louis. So if I just use Louis, I will have error messages. So I will add an email address. So gmail.com. So here also, if I want to continue, I have to add a password. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up. And take the first one. And also I have to add also a postal code because with the public API, I will use it to fill directly the name of the city. So for example, in Paris, up. Ah, okay. So Louis II already. So okay, so I will connect directly. So Louis II, gmail.com. So here you are connected. So you can add a plant. So for example, if you want to add mint in French, you can see I have added more than 1,000 names of plant in this website to help people to find the right name of their plant. So it's a common plant up meant I want to give it, for example, comment up, and I won't upload an image, but it will be maybe too long here. But if I want to create, it's an obligation. So I will choose one image. So for example, so it's not mint, but I create it. it is created successfully up. So and you can see your plant here. And you can also manage your account. So if I want to change my password, I can. If I want to add a street, change the city, etc., I can update it, and I can also delete an account. And if I want to manage all the plants, I can manage it here. So for example, if we want to give just a part of your plant, and finally your plant it's not enough big and it still need to grow up, you can just give this plant unavailable, so in one click, and you won't see your plant here in the home page. But if you wish, you can also modify or delete directly. That's it for me. So also the last thing, this website I would say is responsive friendly. So everything is working correctly. So that's it for the demonstration. And also before the end, so I wanted to show you also, because for my development environment I decided to use Docker. So with one command, with Docker compose. So when you type Docker compose up, I run, and you can see on the top left, I have 3 containers with the backend, frontend, and my database. So in one command, so you can see here that everything is working correctly. So that's why, yes, I wanted to improve my knowledge with Docker in this project. And the last thing also is the CI/CD with GitHub Action, because everything is deployed online. So you can see here, I had two branch on GitHub, the dev one and the main one. And when I decided to make a merge, I don't know if you have seen it, but here, for example, when I merge it, you can see the detail of this app will be deployed directly on Heroku and also Netlify from the front end. So it was really useful when you have a new feature, you test it in the dev branch, and after, when everything is okay, you can deploy it automatically in the cloud. So, so yes, in this project, because it was an upgrade, so I decided to also give more power to the backend. So I decided to manage filtering and pagination with the backend. Also, now in this project, you can upload multiple images versus one in my previous one. You have slider for image. You can also delete your account with all the content inside your profile. I also improve the error messages. I also implement the integration test. And you can see I have also updated the responsive design. So that's it for me. It was a good project for me. I learned a lot. So that's it. Thank you for your attention. If you have questions.
I have like 2 or 3 questions. The first one is this type of website already exist, or is it the first one?
This type?
Yes, yeah. Is there already a website public?
You can find, for example, Le Bon Coin.
Yes.
So it's a kind of this kind of
but not
website.
Specialized on plants.
But it's not. Yes, exactly. Okay. Specialized, because in this website you have. That's why I wanted to add some filter. A name of plant with thousands of name of plant to help people to have the better names. Yes, it's for passionate of plants. Yes, yes, that's right.
And pushing to that, I have a question. it's probably very technical and I don't really know about it, but I think you know it. There are applications that when you like take a photo of a plant and it tells you what the plant is.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to integrate that in the website? Like you take your photo.
It could be possible, but because yes, this I don't remember the name. It's PlantNet maybe,
I don't know
but you can pay for the API. So if you pay, you can add this yes on it if you want to get automatically the name of your plant. I think. Yeah.
Okay. And finally, is this website something you would like to continue and maybe to commercialize in I don't know like 1, 2, 3 years, or was it just for the?
Probably, but I also have to be prudent because yes, for the moment it's deployed online. So if you want to add some plant, you can. But after, I'm not sure it is a good website for 100,000 people which is connected simultaneously. Okay. So maybe yes, it's necessary to improve some of the backend also like that and the server. But yes, when I will have more experience, yes, I think I will update it more.
Thank you.
Sifan?
What are you most proud of?
Proud of?
Proud of.
Proud of? Yes.
Yes.
Many things in this project because in this project at the beginning I did not know how to use Node.js, MongoDB, and React, and also Docker. And everything at the beginning, so I learned a lot. So I'm quite proud of the overall. But I mean, each step of this project was quite challenging because when you want to implement a new feature, you think it will be easy, but finally, oh no, I had to change everything in my backend because I just want to add one field or. So yes, everything was challenging, but yes, maybe Docker, maybe yes. The ability to deploy it automatically in the cloud was a great thing. I was quite happy.
Yeah, indeed.
Yes.
Congrats, really. But then are you saying that when you started your specialization, even though you already did some backend, it was not enough for you to tackle the project? You still had a lot to learn?
You mean at the end?
No, I meant you said you are proud of everything because you had to learn everything. You had to improve your skills in both React, MongoDB, and I forgot what else you said, and deployment, well, pretty much everything. But you actually already knew a bit of database management and
yes.
Docker, I guess, a bit.
Thanks to Alberton School, we learn how to learn. So yes, because I knew how to learn a new language, so it was a new concept. So when you knew a global concept, it's easier to learn a new language.
Okay, well, good answer, of course. Yeah. Good example.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I see you use Docker. I never use it. I want to know if is it difficult for you to learn it.
If you spend time on it,
it's fine.
You will succeed. It depends because for me, I spent with CI/CD also with GitHub Action. I spent maybe 1 week, but. I started step by step because at the beginning I used just a Docker file for the backend. After I decided to use another Docker file for the front end, and after I decided, oh no, but I have to also to run my database. But it was already online. But finally, if you want to run it locally, you need also a new container. So finally, I decided to learn Docker Compose. And you have a lot of documentation and tuto, so I'm sure you will succeed. But but it's a great exercise to start with just step by step, small scope with your front end, for example. You just set on it, you can test different command line, and after you can use Docker Compose because it's the same thing, but just in the Docker Compose file. And
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Step by step.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.